So I got the hood off the 40 here, and trying to figure out where I'm going to put this brace for the electric cylinder. And you can see there's a pretty heavy duty structure there, and another one on that side. So I figured I'd come across just in below this fan motor here, kind of right in front of the fan, and then back around there. So that's the plan there. But on this LS engine here for my for the Pro Street Chevelle, it's supposed to go to storage soon, I hope. I got this from a customer, this hat injector. It's a bug catcher, and it was pretty ugly when I got it. It was faded, and been sitting for a number of years. So I polished it up the best I could, and I mean it came with all the lines and the barrel valve and everything. But I won't be using that. And then I got this. It's just a bare plate that you can machine out for carburetors or for something like this. I got this from Holly, and it came cast the same as the intake, so I polished that up. So this is the plan for that car for next year. I want to put this hat injector on it, and the plan is I'm going to put the block back here for the lines, and I'm going to run nitrous jets in these, or not nitrous jets, but I'm going to run nitrous to these to these nozzles. You can get different size nozzles here. You can see, well, maybe you can't see. There's a number on this one. It looks like a 30. I'm not even sure what number that is. 34. But it can get really small nozzle jets to put in here, and you can also get block jets, plug jets. So I was going to run four jets for the nitrous, 2 on each side, and then block the front one and the back one, and then just have really small jets to make it like 150, 175 shot, and then I was just going to run the nitrous through these nozzles. I mean, I think, I don't know if it needs to be a specific nitrous jet or nitrous nozzle. I mean, a jet's a jet, and the nozzle is just it's a spray nozzle, same as a nitrous nozzle, so it should work. So the plan is to run the distribution block back here, and then have the lines going to the nozzles here, and then have a nitrous solenoid feeding that block, which will feed these jets here. So it'll look just like it has mechanical fuel injection with all the lines and everything here, but it'll have a nitrous solenoid feeding that, and then the normal injector rail goes down here. So it'll have the fuel injection down here, the nitrous up here. And then I'll have to cut a hole in the hood. It'll have to go through the hood. Elky Digger makes it's like a barrel valve that would sit here normally, but it has a TPS sensor in it, so you can just hook this up to that block that normally would look like a barrel valve, and it has a throttle position sensor right there for the EFI. And then for the idle air control, I would probably have to drill and tap a hole somewhere, maybe under here, and then put the idle air control down there. Normally they would be in a throttle body, like here. This one has the idle air control right here in the throttle body, but there's really no place for that because it's not a throttle body. So it'll go in the manifold. I mean, it's just a vacuum leak. That's all it is. It's an air leak to control the idle. So it doesn't really matter where it goes as long as it's in the intake. And then for the throttle body part of it, they make. Well, I can even make it myself, but it's a plate that goes inside here and blocks off the 2 outer holes. So just the center hole will be the throttle body, because it'll just get way too much air if you have the whole thing open. So right now I'm just saving up for that. It's going to cost me about $1,000 to finish this off. So I'm really looking forward to getting that in the Chevelle. People are telling me, don't cut a hole in that beautiful hood. But I really don't have any choice. It's either that or get another hood. But then I got this hood sitting here that's already painted, and I mean, I don't know. It's a long winter yet, so I have some decisions to make. And then for these the valve covers, I found a fabricated cover that covers all this, and then the coil packs will actually sit underneath it, but you won't see the coil packs. And then I will try to run the wiring so that everything's hidden. So it's going to look a lot nicer with all of this crap on here and the coil pack sitting on top. It's going to be nice, clean look. Hide the wiring. And then for this valley cover, I want to get a polished aluminum or a billet or whatever, something to show that off. And then I got to polish this intake. That's going to be a lot of work. This upper one wasn't too bad to polish because it's kind of everything in the open. The bottom one here is going to be a little more tricky to polish. So, and then it's going to look, really cool with all this polished stuff on here, and the billet or the fabricated valve cover is all polished up. And this drive system I really don't like because it's so wide. With the other intake, with that, I call it a elephant intake, hanging down here, and it had the air filter and everything. It kind of filled this area in. But when I have this, all this area is just going to look empty. So I want to get a different drive system here. I want to keep the AC, power steering, alternator, and just basically get a bracket system that mounts everything tighter in to fill this area here. And then of course polish the water pump and get all polished, billet, whatever, pulleys to make it look really cool. So and that's more money too, so I got to save up for that. But this is the kind of stuff that helps me pay for stuff like that. So I got to get cracking on this. I got the inner fenders tacked in place there. So, and then they're solid mounted with the bracket at the bottom. Same thing on this side, bracket at the bottom there to hold this really solid. And so now I just got to take the fenders off, put this on the weld table, and weld that up. I have a hard time welding leaning over, kind of upside down. I want to do it on a nice flat surface so I can make a nice small bead that's easy to grind off and finish up. So I'll take the fenders off, and then while I'm at it, I might as well pull the motor and tranny and stuff out. But I got to kind of plan out this brace here for the hood first. I did make a measurement from just above this, and that the bracket on the hinge on the hood sits almost flat with this surface here. So I measure from there to there is about 7 inches. So I kind of know that I need about a 7-inch cylinder to hook up to the hood to lift it up. But I'm going to order the cylinder in first before I start making this, because I want to make sure this is perfect, so that thing, when it opens the hood, it'll just it'll be on a hinge on the top and the bottom, so it can kind of move forward as the hood moves forward. So I'm going to order the cylinder in, and hopefully, they're only like $30, so even if I get the wrong one, not a big deal. I'll just get another one. But I want to make sure I get that measured correctly so that when I do install it, everything is going to function properly. So the plan is to get that electric actuator to open this up, bring the hood up here, and that'll push it forward because it has no choice but to come forward with the hinge system. And that in turn will lift up the back, so the back will come up automatically with the hood strut. So everything should flow nice and even, come up, come forward, not touch here anymore. And if the cylinder works really well, I may not even need the back hood struts. It might lift the whole hood just off of that hinge. But I would kind of like to have the support from the back. I'm going to try it either way. I'm going to try it with the hood strut and without. And if it's putting too much force on the hood here and it's going to bend it or crack it or whatever, then I'll have to leave the hood strut in the back. So that is the plan for this. So I will carry on. I'm really looking forward to what that motor is going to look like next year. It's going to look pretty sick. I mean, the car's Pro Street, and I think this is way more Pro Street than that ugly thing. I mean, if I polished it, it might look a little better, but still, it's, I don't know, it's just not my thing having, you know, in the factory intakes are even uglier with that, you know, they're way down here. But this is what I like, so this is what's going to happen. So I'll carry on here, and thanks again for watching.